Welcome to Blackbird episode number 14. My name is James, and today I am joined by the dynamic duo of Erin and Kingsley Edwards. Erin and Kingsley are the founders of Flote. Flote, which looks like a Twitter clone, but is actually so much more, is an exciting leap in both social networking and e-commerce. I'm really happy to be interviewing these two today about their app, what the future holds for them. And so with that, please enjoy my interview with Erin and Kingsley Edwards. All right, Kingsley and Erin, thanks so much for joining me tonight.
Thanks for having us.
Yeah, we're happy to be here.
Absolutely. So I guess, so you guys are a married couple, right?
We are.
Yep.
And
6 months, 2 days ago.
Awesome. Congratulations. I think it's like still early enough after 6 months to say congratulations, right?
We'll take it.
Okay.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Well,
sure.
Congratulations on making it 6 months too.
There we go. Yeah.
So you guys are the co-founders of Flote, is that right?
That's right. Yep.
Why don't you talk about Flote? Tell us what it is. Yeah.
So Flote is a social network that supports free speech, and we have cryptocurrency integrated. So we actually started it because Erin started developing relationships, friendships with, a lot of content creators and mostly independent journalists. Also, we know a lot of people, in the crypto space that do a lot of videos and content. And they started getting, especially after the big Alex Jones ban in 2018 now. They started going after other smaller creators. And we started seeing them getting deplatformed, demonetized, shadow banned. I started noticing things myself, just on Facebook and YouTube. And so we said, I also did some research back in 2018. I tried to move away from the big tech platforms and to the small tech platforms, the decentralized platforms. And I just thought there was an opportunity to, build something kind of special in the space. And so we launched Flote in 2019 during Anarcho Vegas, which we also ran. And it's been great ever since. We're really starting to pick up a lot of traction, especially, last year and going into this year. And so it's really exciting times. But I mean, a big part of what we're doing, again, is just, supporting free speech online. I think that's a big issue that's happening. It's became really kind of terrifying to me just as a YouTube user and, as a Google user, just started to notice that the people that I've been following for, a decade, having to start to, independent journalists, nothing really crazy. I mean, leaning more on the libertarian side, but just talking about, the wars overseas, police brutality, cryptocurrency, things like this, some political stuff, and the Federal Reserve. And noticing that they started to have to change the words that they were using during some of the videos that they were making. It's became very
super Orwellian.
Yeah, very Orwellian. Just so that they weren't picked up by the kind of these black box algorithms that big tech has adopted over the years.
Like vitamin C.
Yeah. Now
don't say vitamin C, guys.
You can't say vitamin C is healthy for you. So says the YouTube
off.
CEO. So we said, hey, this is something that we feel that's important, something that we support, and also, a business opportunity as well, just as far as a business perspective and a startup opportunity, because we see big tech just constantly every day making, used to piss me off seeing all the censorship, but now I'm like, hey, keep shooting yourself in the foot, because now we have alternatives out there, including Flote. And I think, we're seeing more and more people wake up to the fact that big tech doesn't have their best interest in mind. And a big part of what all these tech, Goliaths are doing right now is they are, trying to extract as much value as they can from their users. And we're all about providing value. And so we just want to have a platform that people can communicate and broadcast their message. And also, a big part of what we're doing with cryptocurrency is providing these peer-to-peer transactions. So on YouTube, if you tip someone as a super chat during a live stream, they take 30% of the fee, or 30% of the tip. And so with cryptocurrency, this is actually a really cool use case for us, connecting people and connecting payments. So on floats, you earn as a content creator, you earn 100% of the revenue that you generate. We have live streaming, we have tipping, we have a Patreon model for hidden paywall content, exclusive content. If you want to hide it behind a paywall for people to subscribe monthly. We're coming out with a point of sale system, so you'll actually be able to use floats in real life. We have a really cool merchant that's rolling out with us in 100 locations this year, so we're really excited about that. And there's so many things that we can do with decentralized technology and cryptocurrency, and just the new way of building tech in these platforms. There's ways where we can remove the middleman when it comes to Airbnb type of applications, Uber applications, all sorts of things that we're looking to integrate onto Flote as kind of the social hub to build off these other types of ecosystems in the future. That's
great. So right now, Flote kind of looks like Twitter. But you're saying that it's going to be like even more than that. So it's not just going to be like the libertarian parlor or whatever.
Right. Yeah. Yeah.
We're actually going after like a feature set of Facebook, believe it or not.
Okay.
Yeah. Cool. Yeah. So we're adding a marketplace to it. We already have quite a few features, but yeah, we're adding a marketplace, and then we're going to be building off a lot of things off that. We're going through a redesign right now. This was kind of our, we're still in beta, we consider ourselves, but it does have a Twitter feel, but we're going to actually, we're kind of moving away from that slowly but surely into more. Wait, will you stop? We have a microphone right here.
I'm sorry.
It's all right. No, Erin's opening a bottle of wine, which I support.
I've been trying to open this bottle of wine since we started, and it's impossible.
It's 5:00 here.
It is.
Where are y'all located?
We're in Vegas.
Oh, cool. Okay.
Yeah.
I'm 2 hours later than you.
Oh, nice.
So I'm already drunk as hell. No, I'm just kidding. Yeah.
But yeah, no, ultimately, like the Facebook feature set is really what we're going after. We want to have groups. We don't want, we don't have a character limit on posts, or we do. It's just a very, very, very large one. So it's I think it's like 90,000 is our character limit.
I think it's 55,000 or something like that.
Is it?
Yeah.
Okay. So, it's basically we support long form posts, short form posts, audio posts, which I think is very unique. I don't think a lot of platforms allow you to upload MP4 files or any audio files. We do image posts, video posts. There's quite a few things on Flote that you don't ultimately realize at first glance. So yeah, I don't know where I was going with that, but
yeah, so we have a lot of features that we already have. We have a lot of features that we're building out, and we're really just starting now. We're at the point now where in the beginning, when we first launched, it was, people did think that we were just like creating like a libertarian or even like just a platform for like, Alex Jones type of content. But now more and more people realize that, hey, this is actually an issue with this censorship. We see all sorts of content being censored, gaming.
Free speech isn't as radical as people thought it was a couple of years ago.
Yeah, or they're at least starting to recognize that, hey, this is probably something important to support. And really, if you think about it, like we're a U.S. company, we still have to follow U.S. law, but we're not, really we're just rewinding the clock about, 4 years. Yeah, 4 years. And just, basically acting like a social network when it comes to censorship. We have, a very basic set of rules that we follow. But what big tech is doing right now is just above and beyond, what, a lot of us have imagined. Well, we saw it coming, honestly, but it's they're like full steam ahead as far as how fast they're moving.
Yeah. Clearly, there's an agenda there.
It's surprising. I knew that what we're experiencing now was coming. I didn't expect it to happen so fast. To where, I hadn't heard the vitamin C thing, but
oh, really?
Just all of the things that are labeled as misinformation now is just nuts.
Yeah.
And not only labeled as misinformation, but labeled as misinformation, and then you get banned for 30 days or whatever.
Right.
YouTube is literally at the point where in their terms of service, they say that they're going to remove anything that goes against the authoritative voice of YouTube.
Or just even of the WHO or CDC or just anybody. So it's obviously like, social media really spawned from this idea of, and grew because of this idea of creating a platform where we can all communicate with each other peer to peer. And now it's going back, basically back to where, where the opposite, the antithesis of why it became so popular and gained so much value. And now they're going into the ways of like really the old media. And so, we're one of the few platforms out there that I think support the right thing. And we consider ourselves kind of, this new idea. I mean, it's not really a new idea, but it's just a new way of connecting people when it comes to communication as far as encrypted technology and in cryptocurrency.
And it's important to rally behind the companies that do support this, this freedom, this freedom of expression, the freedom of the internet, the freedom of free flow information. It's why we maintain pretty strong relationships with, people who would be our competitors. We have a great relationship with Uptrend. We have a great relationship with Library and Odyssey. We have a great relationship, with other platforms, and we're always looking to continue that too. So, and
we're also looking to use our technology and our platform to create bridges so that, our community can interact with even Twitter. You can you can link your Twitter to Flote. You can download your Facebook data, which is pretty unique. Your posts, videos, and pictures, upload it to your Flote profile. So we're creating these bridges from like, big tech platforms, old tech platforms, and even like new platforms too. Soon you'll be able to, or this year at least, you'll be able to upload your video straight to Library from Flotes. You'll be able to, interact with these other communities on these different platforms. So just that interoperability is really important to us as well.
Cool. So is Flote decentralized, or are you guys, do you have servers somewhere?
Yeah, we have servers somewhere. We're not decentralized. We're going a little bit different approach where we think that it's much more efficient to rely on, cloud service providers and just, back ourselves up as much as possible on trusted, experts in the field. And, we're actually moving off of our current provider right now because they came out in favor of the censorship of Parler. So we are moving. We're currently in the process of moving our data over. But
let me make a note there to all of your listeners. No, we are not on Amazon servers.
Yeah.
We get that a lot. No, we are not on AWS. So, but because our current provider did come out in support of, what happened to Parler. Obviously, like I said, it's important to kind of support the companies, the good companies, the moral companies, and that's what we're trying to do. So, that's why we said it was important to move off of our current server provider.
Yeah, my first podcast to host, thankfully it was only within like 2 or 3 episodes, endorsed Biden for president, like very vocally, including like opening, not opening a support ticket, but like sending a chat from their support chat bot. Letting me know that they thought I should vote for Biden. And that it was so creepy to me that they would use their support function for that. So yeah, I kind of made a similar decision. Like they didn't do me dirty, and I didn't really care if Biden or Trump won, but the fact that they thought that it was appropriate to do that, it just is really creepy to me. So,
absolutely. And that was the thing. Yeah. Even just with, Facebook, I mean, there's saying, we want to remove politics off of our platform and blah, blah, blah.
But they were the people, they were the ones to show you don't forget to vote. Don't forget to vote. I mean, literally every day you get every notification you got from Facebook, Instagram, you always had that stupid little icon that you could not get rid of at the top of your stupid news feed. I mean, it drove me absolutely nuts. And it drove a lot of people nuts. I can't believe how many posts I saw of people just being like, can Facebook just go one day without reminding me about the election? I mean, it's crazy.
So, yeah, I mean, we take, we're political in the stance that we're apolitical. And, we don't even want to, we're libertarian, anarchist, voluntarists, or whatever you want to call us.
Just leave us alone.
And we just want to provide a platform so people can communicate with each other. If you want to tell people to vote or not vote or whatever, like, we don't care. But as far as the platform is concerned, and you're right, as far as just like, broadcasting this message to all the users or sending an email blast out, say, oh, we're voting for Biden. It's
just like, that's none of our business, whether or not you vote. So.
Yeah. So, it's just, but yeah, it is strange. It's how just like a lot of businesses, including obviously the tech industry, there's that like that line that's being drawn in the sand as far as, you know, who they promote, or, you know, who they support, and kind of where they're going. And I think that, you know, I don't know, it's interesting. It's almost like ripping off a Band-Aid in a way, because I think a lot of us, I think it's a good thing though, ultimately, because we're seeing who supports what. And personally, I want to just support good people doing good things. And if you come out publicly supporting something that I don't think is a good thing, then I want to know that. So, you know, I appreciate the people that at least maybe are more forthcoming in that regard, so that I can move my business elsewhere.
So you, one of the kind of signature features on Flote is the little pop-out drawer when you click your profile image that says show balance, hide transactions, send and receive. Can you talk a little bit about the sort of token economy that Flote supports?
Yeah. So out of the gate, every account comes with a crypto wallet. Right now, we support BTC. We'll be supporting other cryptos, including Ethereum, stable coins, our own native token, which we'll be releasing more information about soon. Other cryptos that we love, Monero, we're looking to support. Privacy coins, we're a big, advocate of. And a lot of the major cryptos out there. We're even looking into supporting, even like Ripple, XRP, and Dogecoin, for instance. Just to let's give crypto some utility out there, especially since we're kind of bridging the gap from online to even in person, with these retail outlets that we'll be launching our POS system through, that's integrated through Flote
and Flotefest.
Oh yeah, and Flotefest, you'll be able to use your crypto at Flotefest. So it comes with the crypto wallet, every account, and we've had a lot of our users who have never touched crypto before in their lives, and they're like, oh wow,
they'll get like some Bitcoin in a super chat when they go like live, and it'll be the first piece of Bitcoin they've ever gotten before, and they're so excited. And I mean, it was so funny the other day, Bitcoin hit all-time highs, and one of our live streamers who had never bought Bitcoin before, he started live streaming pretty much last year, and we had sent him a couple of super chats, and he's like, I watched my wallet go from like $5 to whatever it is now, like $55. So cool. So just watching people's excitement when they get their first Bitcoin, and like to basically teach them how easy it is, and bring it down to a level where like even people who are not tech literate can understand it. That's really fun for us, and definitely like a highlight, I think. Yeah.
We've a big part of what we're doing. I've always said, just being a crypto user, both for personal and business reasons, that a lot of apps are getting a lot better, but most of them they feel like they were built by engineers for engineers. So we want to make crypto as friendly as possible. So your grandma or your mom can hop into Bitcoin and send you a tip, or we have various ways to send it. Actually, we can send it through even our encrypted messaging. You can send it just using a username through the wallet. So, and then, like I said, we'll be launching Flote Market with the POS system as well. So you'll be able to buy and sell things using crypto directly on the platform.
That's going to be great. So you said that the POS is also going to be for retail stores?
For merchants, yeah.
Wow. That's really cool.
We just got our first merchant, actually. I know Kingsley mentioned this, but he has like 70 sandwich shops around the United States and in Hawaii. And so he's actually opening 100 stores, and he'll actually be accepting Flote token as payment in 100 of his shops, online and in store, as well as other cryptocurrencies as well. So it's going to be really exciting.
Yeah. And so when you think about this, so we have, the social network, the marketplace, which we'll be launching with the POS system, then kind of what I was talking about earlier, as far as, well, if we have a marketplace, then, we're removing the middleman again. So, they're not getting charged the 3% from credit card companies. They're not getting charged any percentage from any even the crypto service providers where you can accept cryptocurrencies. Usually that's in a centralized way, so they'll charge a percentage on top. So it's direct payments. So if we have merchants that sign on to Flote, and we have the business side, we have the personal side, the social side, well, then we can start adding some really cool, unique things. We can add well, if we have merchants on our platform, then why don't we have a
Float
way?
fleet.
Yeah, why don't we have a way for people to do delivery for those merchants? And then if we have delivery, then why don't we have ride sharing? Because there's already this driver network out there that Amazon, Uber, Postmates, DoorDash, all these, they already created. They already run all the apps on at the same time. So if we can create this way where, again, removing the middleman and the company out of the situation where the merchant pays for the delivery directly, then I think there's some really cool, unique opportunities that we can do into this new decentralized world.
That sounds pretty huge. How do you handle scaling but not growing too fast that you get overwhelmed and start delivering like a subpar product?
Yes.
Great freaking question.
Yeah. That's what we're actually going through right now. It's like growing pains, right? So really, I mean, it's really about, like, luckily right now we've been able to bring in a nice chunk of investment coming in. So it's just about, scaling the team, hiring the right people, getting the right people in the right places. And as far as the company is concerned, and just, focusing, again, we focus on the social side first, then the marketplace, we integrate crypto all into that. And then we kind of add these other kind of decentralized services on top. So the things that we're talking about are at least 2 to 5 years out. But they're really exciting for me because, again, hey, just like with YouTube taking 30%, Uber takes 30%. And so if we can be the most efficient way for people to communicate and pay for things online and in person, then I think that we have a really great shot, especially right now with everything going on with big tech and free speech, to get to 100 million users in 5 years. And we don't have to become the next, YouTube or Facebook at, over 2.5 billion users. We can do a hell of a job with 100 to 500 million people on our platform, all communicating together on the platform, all making payments to the platform. And we all, I think I haven't seen much of your content, but it's safe to say, just you having us on here, you probably believe too that maybe cryptocurrency is the future of money. And so that's what we believe too. So let's build it now so that when it happens in reality, which it is happening now, as we see like Elon Musk hashtag Bitcoin in his Twitter bio. Yeah. Then hey, we'll be the place where people will go.
Yeah, I've been learning to trade crypto from actually a previous and future guest from this show. He's been like just really hands-on coaching me because, right now I guess we're in the middle of this bull cycle and alt season's coming. So I want to get rich. So Float Token, who's developing that for you? Are you guys doing it or?
Yeah, we're doing it right now.
Nice. I've seen your roadmap. It looks like you've got about a 5-year window from now to float fleet in 2025. When can people actually purchase the Float token though?
So we're in private pre-sale. I'm not supposed to talk much about it in public. We've been kind of just in family and friends round. But yeah, it's going well, and we're really excited about it. It's modeled after Bitcoin, and while on the platform, it can be free and instant. So it kind of stands out as far as what we can do with it on our platform. And it will also a unique feature of Float token will be that it rewards users for instead of mining Bitcoin or mining Ethereum or any other cryptocurrency out there, you kind of mine Float token with the engagement that you get from the content that you provide on Float.
Are you able to talk a little bit about the technical, how that works? I've always wondered, and you're the first, I haven't had the guys from Library on yet. So how does that work? How do you mine by engaging online?
Yeah. I mean, it's not really, I say, mine with quotations using my fingers, but really, I mean, it's different for every platform. For us, we're going about it a little different because a lot of other platforms, social platforms that have a token attached to it, they also incentivize people to, let's say, engage with the content, like watch the content or listen to the content, where we're shifting all of our rewards to just the content creators, because we feel that's, if the content should speak for itself, so we shouldn't have to incentivize people to watch content on our platform. And we'd rather just incentivize the content creators to, if we move more money into their hands and they're going to provide more and better content on our platform, So, and then naturally, we don't want to really gamify people watching content on our platform. But yeah, our token right now, it most likely will be launched as just a ERC20. We may move on to another chain in the future, depending on, the future of Ethereum. We keep our finger on the pulse when it comes to that. But yeah, there's a lot to keep up with. I mean, crypto moves so fast, and there's always new things being developed. But like I said, we have our finger on the pulse, so we keep up to date with everything.
Are you guys monetized?
Yeah. So we have one set of ads right now, and then also our token will be able to be used for ads on our platform. And that's another unique thing that we do is, so we're connecting advertisers with the users directly. So there's two sets of ads. Basically, there's network ads, which we're calling, and then there's creator ads. Creator ads, the advertisement revenue goes directly to the content creator, again, standing out of the way as a middleman when it comes to the transaction. And then we have network ads, which we do monetize off of. So that can be in the form of a feed ad or a sidebar or a banner ad, just, there's different placements.
And in the future, we'll be having like in-app purchases, Float Plus, which will be, we haven't fully fleshed this out yet, but, potentially just like an ad-free experience, or, if you want certain upgrades, if you want to be able to like save your live streams, little things like that, little upgrades to a platform that you can pay for to basically bring in revenue for Flote.
Talk a little bit about the interoperability between Flote and other networks.
Yeah. So like I mentioned, right now you can link your Twitter to Flote. So when you post to Flote, it can auto post to Twitter. So there's other platforms that we can do that for. Right now you can download your Facebook data, your post pictures and videos, and upload it to your Flote profile. So you can finally, you can make sure that you save all your backup, or, use all that content that you've built over the years on Facebook and move it on over to Flote. We're gonna have a way where you're gonna be able to post a video on Flote, auto post to library, and we can do other.
Odyssey.
Yeah, well, yeah, Odyssey library. And then we can do other things, like that with Steam or others, open source, or any really platform out there that has an API that we can link to, so that we can just basically be a hub where you can click, and then kind of broadcast your message out to multiple platforms at the same time.
Yeah, because we have content creators on our platform who post on like 15 different sites, and gosh, that's so time consuming. Like, I can't imagine how frustrating that's got to be for them. So just to be the aggregator is, it's kind of a no-brainer.
And another thing we're going for is kind of a restream feature. So you'll be able to stream directly from Flote, and that will restream out to other platforms at the same time.
Great. Yeah, I tell you what, if you introduce scheduled posts, that would be a huge time saver and work saver for a lot of people, myself included.
Absolutely.
So you guys have Flote, is it Flotefest? Is that what you're calling it?
Yeah.
Coming up here pretty soon. That's pretty exciting. I can't make it because I'm going to a different, there's all these things happening right now. It's so awesome. Like, it used to just be kind of Pork Fest and Acapulco and the thing in Vegas, Freedom Fest. And now it seems like every region has something. So what's Flotefest?
Flotefest is going to be like a boots on the ground kind of like community event where Flote users can come and meet other Flote users. We went to Jackalope Fest last year. Sorry if you hear our dog snoring in the background. But we went to Jackalope Fest last year. We actually got married at Jackalope Fest. We kind of fell in love with kind of the model.
We also went to Pork Fest before that.
Yeah. Pork Fest was great. It was our first time. And so we have also thrown Anarcho Vegas here in Las Vegas, which is kind of a fork off of Anarchapulco. And
we've done the Las Vegas Bitcoin meetup since 2014.
So we've been around the block when it comes to events. We've kind of thrown all different sorts, and I'm kind of over the traditional conference model, especially with COVID. I think a lot of people are just dying to gather and get together and just connect on like a human level.
Dying together.
Poor choice.
That could be our tagline.
But I think people are just really anxious to connect with other human beings. And, something about Flotefest that is awesome and I think unique is that you can also come and vend for free. All you're paying for is basically your camping spot for 4 days, which is just $100. But if you are a vendor, we're looking for a coffee vendor, folks. I cannot survive without coffee for 4 days. So if you are a coffee vendor, please come to Flotefest and I will pay you all the money you want. But, the thing is with vendors, like they can come and vend for free. So if you have merch, if you have t-shirts, mugs, whatever, if you are a Reiki master or a massage therapist, or if you are like a surgeon or an orthopedic surgeon or whatever, exactly. If you make any kind of food, or if you're a beverage vendor, come and vend your shit, make some money, offset your trip. We definitely want to turn this into like basically like an agorist haven. Agorist haven? Agorist. An agorist haven, so we really, really want people to just come and vend and provide services, and let's just have a really good time, just for 4 days, March 8th to the 11th. You can register on flotefest.com, and that's FLOTEFEST.com. Like I said, it's just $100 to camp for 4 nights, and it's gonna be really, really good time.
That sounds like a blast. I'm in the middle of Minneapolis. That's where I live, and I really, really want to buy like a few acres just out in the middle of nowhere. I'm still trying to get my significant other and everybody else on board with it. But one of my goals is to be the person that hosts the sort of upper Midwest version of whatever fest. We've got one up here. It's called Agora Fest. I haven't been, but in fact, I just learned about it a few months ago. But
cool.
Yeah,
Agora. I wasn't so far off. Right?
Yeah, exactly. Well, Agora is that's how you pronounce that. Agorist versus agorist. Yeah. It's just, I don't know. Sam Conkin said, I don't even remember. Sam Conkin said agorist. I say agorist.
I think most people say agorist.
I say, yeah.
That's how it sounds. That sounds right. That sounds right. But okay. Anyway.
But yeah, no, I think that's awesome. I mean, I love the fact that so many Liberty events are popping up around the country. I mean, like 4 or 5 have just popped up between the time of Jackalope, which was just in August of 2020. And it's such a nice way to just see people, just saying, fuck the state, let's gather and just get together. I love that.
Oh, actually, Brian Norton, who hosted Sasquatch Fest up in Washington, is a coffee vendor. He sent me like 10 bags of coffee after he was on the show. So,
oh, nice.
Hit me up.
Yeah, I'll connect you too.
Let's do this. I will pay up to $6 for a, if you give like a soy latte, like a soy milk latte, I'm yours pretty much. Let's do this.
And did you say where Flotefest is taking place?
It is going to be in Gowes, Texas. So it's going to be 90 minutes away from Austin. It's very central Texas. So it's not too far from Houston. It's not too far from Dallas. It's definitely not too far from Austin. So I think it's like basically a little over 2 hours drive from kind of all those places.
Yeah. And it's on over 100 acres of farmland. We've been there before. We were there right before last Thanksgiving. Beautiful place. You can camp, you can bring an RV, you can, there's hotels within 15 minutes. It's kind of in the middle of nowhere, but there are hotels, hotel accommodations 15, 20 minutes away. So yeah, it's going to be a great time. And we had such a good time at Pork Fest and Jackalope that we just, wanted to create our own, and maybe in Texas, and Flote was the brand to do it.
Yeah.
So we're excited to, Erin put this together in less than, or a little bit more than 60 days, which is a crazy feat. But we're experienced people at it, and we're doing it. So, and we have some pretty big names that we're going to be hopefully confirming in the next coming days. So
right. And we are, I forgot to mention that we are a sponsored Anarchapulco watch party. So for those it's actually happening over the dates of Anarchapulco. We go to Anarchapulco every single year. We love it. It's always just such a good time with our friends, and like anarchist family. It's just a great way to just I don't know, unwind. I love being able to like, hop into any conversation and have it just be good, solid conversations, not small talk, not, stupid topics like celebrities. Like it's very fulfilling conversations like everywhere you go. And that's one of the reasons I love Anarchapulco so much. And so, yeah, we were thrilled at the idea of being able to like sponsor a watch party down there. So it's going to be basically 4 days of a feed rolling Anarchapulco content. And then, of course, we're going to have little fun things like Soapbox Idol, where you get to pick a topic and rant about it for an allotted amount of time. And then we have judges who will basically score you on the rant that you give. We're also having dinner debates, and I mean, just so many fun little things. We may even have a comedy show by a very well-known comedian. So it's going to be really fun.
Oh man, I wish I could make it. Are you guys gonna be recording anything?
Yeah, we'll be recording it, right?
All right.
At least the show aspect. And we'll probably be streaming once we confirm the comedian or comedians that will be coming, and all the speakers. Yeah, we'll be recording it.
Great. I'll make sure to link to it. And then I'll also link to my own Flote profile because I don't have very many followers on there yet.
Let us know and we'll user spotlight you.
Okay.
On our existing social media. So
okay.
We can change that.
Cool. Yeah, I saw a really funny ad with, oh my God, what's her name? She's the redhead with dreadlocks who was on my show like 3 episodes ago, and I can't remember her name. Lily Forrester. Yeah. Hilarious Flote ad with Lily Forrester. Maybe I'll post that ad on here too, just because it was so clever. You guys are doing a great job. How many users do you have so far?
We have just about 34,000.
Okay.
Right now.
Cool.
Yeah,
and
that's small guys on the block, but we're about to. I think we'll be able to hit 1 million by the end of this year. So now's a good time, especially if you're a content creator or anybody looking to get some traction on your own profile to, join us. It takes 2 seconds. You can grow with us because we're starting to, we have the money now to really start pumping up our numbers.
Yeah. And as you kind of branch out, as you kind of branch out of the just sort of libertarian bubble, I guess, you'll grow even faster.
Yeah. I mean,
I guess I would assume that last year was sort of exponential.
Yeah, the last couple of months have been exponential. So.
I think January was like our biggest month with, Parler going down and people looking for a new home and a bunch of, social media platforms censoring. People just kind of had it. And yeah, I think in January we saw our biggest month.
Awesome. Well, what else do you guys have to plug? Do you have any other events or sites or anything like that you'd like to?
Nope, just flote.app, flote.app, and flotefest.com.
Yeah, and if you're new, follow us. I'm King on Flote, and then she's Erin. Pretty simple.
Yeah, and make sure to say hi because we love new people, and we want to be able to give you a warm welcome. I think Kingsley and I really. We love like taking the time at night to kind of scroll the feed and welcome new users and make sure that other, existing users will also, say hello and basically extend an olive branch if you need one. So if you ever need any help at all, please just message me privately. I am dedicated to the user experience and to helping, users navigate the platform. I know it's difficult to kind of go from Facebook for 10 years and then to a new platform where you kind of have to relearn what this button does. What does this button do? That can be really tedious and a little bit frustrating for some people. So if you are one of those people who need just a little bit of help, just let me know.
Awesome. Yeah. And I can attest to that. You're very responsive. Are you also answering the support email box and stuff?
I am. Yeah.
Great. Well, you're super quick to respond too. So, all right. Well, great. Thanks you guys for joining me. And I will see you and everyone listening on Flote. I'll make sure to link to everything. And I appreciate you joining me.
Cool. Thanks for having us.
Yeah. It's nice to meet you. Thanks so much.
All right. All right. Thanks again to Erin and Kingsley for joining me today. Thank you for listening. Thank you especially for subscribing to the show and If you have not yet subscribed to the Substack, there are 2 ways you can do that. You can go to blackbird.substack.com and you can subscribe for free, which will get you access to all of the content that I release for the general public, which as of now is basically all of the content that I've ever produced. And the second way is with a paid subscription, which you can pay monthly or annually, and that will get you access to all of the free stuff along with any premium content that I come out with in the future. And you'll get the satisfaction of knowing that you're supporting your friendly neighborhood podcast interviewer. So I appreciate you for subscribing that way, especially, but however you subscribe, I appreciate your listening and your support. And with that, I will see you on the next episode where Pavel will be making his triumphant return to the show to talk to us about the state of cryptocurrency in 2021. It's an exciting time to be a trader. So until then, live free.